Hey guys, sitting here mounting up Truggy tires, and I'm mounting some green Reflex from JConcepts, and I decided I wanted to go ahead and glue the foam to the wheel. So I got 3 done, and while I was going through this, I just figured I would show you guys how I do it. A little bit different than some others. I'm not saying this is the right way or anything like that, but it's just one way of doing it. So I've got the foam on the wheel, and I've checked to make sure that it's centered. You know, I've got those ribs in the middle, down in the valley, you know, of the wheel, and that's a good way to just make sure it's sitting correctly and it's centered well. And then I'll take one of my JConcept tire bands. I like the ones with the pull tabs on them. Makes things a little bit easier. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the foam, and I'm gonna put it in that first rib, and I'm gonna just get it set in that rib in the foam. And these pull tabs too are nice because it lets you know that it's even pressure throughout. If these are evenly spaced, you know it's not bunched up. The rubber bands isn't bunched up and tighter and looser on one side. So that looks pretty good. This video is going to seem like it takes longer to do this than it does, but obviously it's just because I'm making the video. It's actually a really quick process. So everything is still seated well, and the reason I got that band on there, I'm going to start gluing on this side. The reason I got the band on there is, for one, it's less likely to leak glue all the way down and through. I'm using medium glue. That'll also help that. But also it keeps the foam from moving when I'm pulling back. And then I'll show you after that. So I'm going to glue this up real quick. Where is it at? Right here. You can see I put a hole in this tab right here, and I just put that there with my tire punch. That whether I'm mounting tires or gluing foams like this, it gives me a point of knowing where I started. So I always start right there. So I'm going to do this quick. So I'm just pulling back, probably about, the area I'm covering is probably here to here with glue, and then just going to work my way around. Just going probably a little more than halfway deep with the needle tip, and then all the way up to the edge. I'm just kind of spreading glue in there. Push down and on to the next. Sometimes you'll get a little more, which is no big deal, and you got to roll the tire a little bit more. I mean, the more area you can cover like this, the better, the less you got to keep pulling back. I reached my dot, so there. That's why I couldn't pull it up. So I'm just going to give that a few pushes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this band over to the side that I glued from this rib to that rib. Oh, never mind. Guess we'll go this way then. It popped off on me. So same thing. Usually I move it, but obviously the whole thing popped off. Making sure it's even. And obviously this is the side that we already glued. But same thing. I mean, the foam wouldn't move now, but it'll also push that down a little bit. And you know, you can kind of be aggressive as you're pulling up because you don't got to worry about it moving. Not so much on the second phase like we're on now because it's already glued. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Start at my dot. Looks like I'm not completely even here. There we go. So start at my dot, and obviously the other side is glued. So you can kind of pull up till you see where you left off on the other side and kind of start there. And I'm not putting a ton of glue in here, but I'm not trying to be real light neither. But it's not, you know, since I've done this, I don't know if it's the band or just using the right amount of glue, I haven't had it leak out the other side, which is always nice. Yep, I thought I felt the end coming. So now I'm gonna pop this off, just give it some squeeze. And looks perfect there and there. And then after that, obviously you just fold the tire over and mount the tire like you normally do. So That makes 4 for my set of JConcepts green Reflex. Mount those up and it should be good to go. So again, guys, just there's many ways to do it. That's how I do it. I think it's easy, safe, keeps the phone from moving, keeps it from leaking through, and yeah, should be good to go. So I'm no pro. That's just how I do it, and maybe it'll help you guys out. All right, see you guys next time.